David's mess must have shaken up some of his relationship with God. Because God would have seen David stepping out of bound. Because this is not the David I want to have worshiping me. This is not the David I want to have ministering before me. Because I want the man who, when he's coming to praise me, would come with an intention not only to please the man, but to please me. So David had to deal with the mess that he had created. And when Jonathan spoke with him, the thing that got David real good was when David made a pronouncement on his own life, not knowing it. Because it is good to make a pronouncement when it is not going to affect you, because whatever the judgment is, it is somebody else that will bear the brunt of the judgment. It is somebody else that will have to bear the consequences for their action. Because in David's mind, what was just for this, or that Nathan told him, was that this man must be dead. What would have been justice was that this man must be put to punishment, because there's no way a reasonable man would operate in this manner. But when the Nathan told him that, thou art the man, the mess that I have created now is staring him dead in the eyes. So what do you do? Do you stand at the point of that mess and let that define your life? What do you do when you reach the point where you're looking the mess that you have created in your own eyes? What do you do? And even if it is not your own doing, but what do you do when that mess is staring you in the face? When that situation demands an action, demands something from you, what do you do? Because in every situation, you have an option. You can either sit there and be comfortable in the position that you are in and say, this is it. Might as well I remain in this situation. Because after all, it is my doing. Or are you going to do like David and said, yes, this is my mess. I am owning up to my mess. But yet still, I'm not going to sit here and come and ask for persons to come and cry and have a pity party, because guess what? This is my doing, so I might as well I get comfortable in it and stay here. I'm going to make some move because I know that there is a God that is able to help me to fix this mess. I know that there is a God who is able to move beyond this mess. And sometimes a lot of persons come and then sometimes we sit in church and sometimes our mess is staring us in the face. And we come and we sit and we get comfortable, and to the point that some of us even acknowledge and said, this is it for me. I can't do anything about the matter. This is it. There's no point to do anything about it, because after all, this is what there is to life. But might I say unto you this afternoon that whatever situation we have, whatever mess that we have to deal with, we have somebody to help us. Whatever the situation is, we have an helper in God. We have somebody that we can say, I am at this point, God. I am in this mess, God. Whether it was my own doing, whether it was somebody else's doing, but God, this is it. I won't want to sit comfortably in this situation. This situation is not going to be my resting place. This situation is not one that I want to be adjusted to. I need to move on from here. So today, my encouragement to us, don't stop at the mess. There is a message. There is still a message. And the message is there is help. The message is there is deliverance. The message is there is hope. The message is there is a retrial. The message is there is a moving forward. The message is we can get over this. And today, as we sit, I'm sure some of us might be even reflecting on some of the things that we having to handle from time to time that we have not yet gotten over. I'm saying, put it to Jesus. I'm saying, put it at the cross. I'm saying, leave it where somebody can help you bear that burden. You don't have to bear that burden alone. Because when you sit in that situation and get too comfortable there, after all, you're going to say to yourself, after all, there is no help for me. Just like the heathen would have said unto David, there is no help for you. But as David would have encouraged himself and said, yes, there's help for me in God. Yes, there's help for me in the sanctuary of God. If I go down to the altar and I kneel and I put the burden at the foot of Jesus, there is help. There is help. Why will he die when there is help so nearby? Why will he carry the burden and live every day in that situation when there is help nearby? Yes, it is heavy at times, but there is help. And the help is not only to just pat you on the shoulder and say, brother, keep the burden. You're looking good carrying it. The help is not to encourage you bearing that burden. The help is to lower the burden off your shoulder. Because sometimes persons will come around to encourage you to carry the burden because the burden look good on you. But that's not the help I'm talking about. I'm talking about the help to get rid of the burden. The help that to revive that broken spirit. The help that to rekindle that fire that you once had. The help that to rejuvenate the life that you so envied that you wanted to go back to. Yes, there is help. So today, the mess don't have to define who we are. Because sometimes when some persons ask, if you know some persons, they say, yes, man, me know that person because of him did. Then they said they broke in at the person's shop down the road. That is what they remember you by. They remember you by the mess. Who is that person? Yeah, man, the girl or the thief, the man, the husband, the man and the wife down there, so or something like that. They're not going to remember you by the person that was changed. They will define you by the mess. And sometimes some of us get so comfortable being defined that way that we say, after all, this is my identity. I know, acknowledge that this is who I am. But you don't have to sit there and be comfortable, acknowledge and say, this is who I am. I am a royal priesthood. I am a child of a king. I am above and not below. I am somebody that should be a setting and an example, not somebody that persons walk by and skin up them nose after. So today, the mess can be our message. When somebody said, who are you? I am only a sinner. If they ask me what kind of sin it was, I don't have to get into much details because sin is sin anyway you spell it. And sin is, and some of us in characters or some of us mistakes or mess probably might be on the display. Everybody know about it. But for those of us who might not have our display up there, but in our heart and in our minds, they are right there, very much evident, just like the one that is on the display. Because in a fact, they are there. They might not be seen by everybody. Everybody might not be talking about it. But when we sit and examine ourselves, they are very much there. Don't it? So today, as I close, if you will stop at that mess, you will never come to your message. And your message must be one that that persons will see you. They will see the message that you carry. There goes a child of God. There goes somebody who I know is saved. How do I know he's saved? Because I know the mess that he was in. How do I know he's saved? Because I know where he's coming from. How do I know he's saved? Because he's not the person he used to be. How do I know he's saved? Because the mess did not stop the message. The message is that Jesus fixed the mess that he was in. The message was that his life was a life that was lived for God. And today I'm encouraging us as we sit in the house of God, let us live the message that our life is lived for Christ. God bless you in Jesus' name.